Oh, hey, here we are. Reseller Clickbait Podcast, episode 35.
We caught Ken in his woeful lessons. How now, brown cow?
No. Try to get ready for the show.
Welcome to the Reseller Clickbait Podcast. I'm Jimmy Old School Flips. With me, as always, is Ken SSKPromo, Mr. Bill DOG Delusions of Grandeur. What's going on?
Yes. It's going good. I'm good. It's I'm excited to get the kind of the new year started. We just finished up the last of our live tour shows, the holiday live tour, which was fun. We had lots of great guests the whole time, Halloween, Thanksgiving. We did the Thanksgiving show, just you and I.
Yeah.
And the Christmas show was great. And then we just had the New Year's show. We had Danica Lady Luck Junk and Cameron Gravity Goods on. That show was just a blast. The chat was really popping on that.
Yeah,
and
we had more than just your family there. It was amazing.
Yes, we did. I mean, my kin was well represented, but it was a good chat and it was fun.
Yeah, we're a full week now into 2023.
Yes.
I need to our stride for this year.
We are. I'm going to talk about that in a little bit. But I want to do a comment of the week here right off the bat, just because it came from the live show. A new subscriber, Jack's Treasures. He says, glad to have a new podcast to listen to while I'm working. Like the combination of entertainment and info. Been going back to some of the older episodes and finally remembered to subscribe. So I went out and subscribed to Jack's Treasures
page. I need to go check out Jack's Treasures.
I have not watched the content yet, but I'm looking forward to it. Anytime we get a new subscriber, for sure, we're definitely appreciated. And we try to entertain and inform a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you try. I'm the actual talent here. I'm the entertainer, and I have great information. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just Jimmy. Why am I here?
And I'm the eye candy too. So what's happening?
I don't. You need to rethink some things in 2023. Apparently, is what it is.
As I hit my stride in the 2023, maybe I need to get some hurdles out of the way.
Yeah, you'll be jumping over me. See ya. It's. I unsubscribed to your channel though, Jimmy. Speaking of subscribers, I unsubscribed.
You unsubscribed?
I unsubscribed to Old School Flips channel.
Why?
And I also unsubscribed to some others like Nashville Flippers, Paul Philly Flipper, Homeschooling Picker, MD Picker. And but I have a good reason for that.
Because we all list on eBay and you're against listing on eBay? Is that what it is?
Yes, I was being shamed. I felt guilty every time I watched content. No, it has to do with watching the content and seeing the content. I went and checked your page. Now, I know that you had been taking a little break from listing and stuff here at the end of the year and the first year, and we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But I also noticed, man, I hadn't seen any content from Jimmy. And I went to your page. You have like 4, maybe even 5 videos that I hadn't seen. I watch all your content. I watch, all those names that I mentioned there, Ray and Paul and Kayla. And it must be isn't there something like quirky in YouTube where, like, even though I'm subscribed and I have the notifications turned on, I wasn't getting notified I didn't see that you had new videos. Because I never got notified.
I know they've had issues with the notifications for sure, but you're still subscribed. It just wasn't.
So I went through like a number of channels and I unsubscribed and resubscribed, re-hit that notification bell just so that I will. So we'll see when you put out some content, when some other folks here
thought I was slacking, huh? You thought I was just a slacker.
I think that anyway. But
this doesn't change
content,
Jimmy.
And here you just had like a video come out. What is it, today or yesterday or
on Friday?
Something?
I've been doing them on Friday, if I have
Okay.
footage. So yeah, I'm out of footage, so there won't
Okay.
be one this Friday. But if I have footage, they've been coming out on Fridays.
So rest assured that I am resubscribed and I will
Okay.
be catching up on your content and some of these other folks
Hmm.
that I haven't, because I always like to, at least give the thumbs up to everybody. And I try to comment, something usually kooky or quirky that I see in the video that isn't just the regular stuff. But so
Yeah,
that's
that's
just
cool.
a hint, tip, or suggestion for somebody. If you sometimes you don't really realize that you haven't seen someone for a while until all of a sudden they show up. Maybe you do get that notification or you see them on Instagram or TikTok or something. And so,
Yeah,
so
I get
hint,
it.
tip, or suggestion there, go out to YouTube, look at some of those accounts, see if they have new content out. Now, don't bother looking at my channel because I have no new content. I can tell you right here, I have no new content, but I'm rectifying that in 2023.
I was gonna say maybe I don't
But
have your notification bell on. Maybe that's the problem.
no, it just doesn't ring. It has not
It doesn't
rang
ring it.
for several months, but I'm working at that. I promise. I know I say that a lot, and I'll talk a little bit here after a bit about some accountability stuff. But I'm interested. Here's what I want to talk about though, because we've been talking kind of behind the scenes. I had mentioned you hadn't really listed much on eBay, say since like the week of Christmas and the
3
first week of
weeks.
the New Year's, about 3 weeks now it's been.
Exactly 3 weeks. I have not listed a single item.
So, what has Jimmy been doing with his time?
My
My
3
microphone's
weeks.
bouncing up and down. Yeah, what have you been doing with your 3 weeks?
I'm not gonna lie. The week of Christmas and the week of New Year's, before New Year's,
Yes.
I didn't do much. I loafed. I took
Okay.
time off. I played
Yes.
video games. I watched movies. I sat on my couch a lot. I'm just being honest. That's what I did.
Hey,
I
you
just needed
gotta
to.
you gotta recharge, refresh, recharge, and enjoy the holidays. Be festive. I'm all for that.
I definitely lost out on some sales, but I still had good sales, and I got to take I took 2 full weeks off. Obviously, I enjoyed the holidays, did
Yes.
stuff on the holidays, but I took, did some shopping for Christmas and stuff. But yeah, I took 2 full weeks off. And then last week, I didn't list, but I was working.
Okay.
I've been working on the basement, working on
Okay.
cleaning, working on inventory. I worked on testing and cleaning my crazy death pile.
Yes.
So yeah, last week was busy. Now, because I wanted to go into this week completely like slate clean, the
Yes.
basement's clean, inventory's clean, the death piles, everything's ready to rock and roll for me to start listing tomorrow.
Cool.
So that's what I've been
So
doing.
that's it. Well, I
That's
know
it.
we were talking. What I'm interested in is you went through your inventory. You went through every bin, every box, every shelf,
Everything.
every listing that you had, which at the time was like 1,600, nearly
Yeah.
just shy maybe of 1,600 listings. And you physically touched every item, got in there, looked at every listing, and
Actually, I had
it,
Sonia do all. She did it all. I sat on the couch,
you were what video games,
video games, and she did all that. Yeah.
and Sonia took care of all of that. So,
No, yeah,
but shout out to
Sonia
Sonia.
did help me. So she was the one. I say that because she was the one that was at the shelf, and she would be at my A1 shelf.
Uh huh.
I had my A1 listings in front of me on the computer right here,
Okay.
and I would say, "Hey, Polly Pocket, blah blah blah," and she would confirm it was there. And
Okay.
we did that on every shelf. We confirmed that everything was either there, or and if it wasn't there, we took it off of eBay. If it was on eBay and vice versa, if it was on eBay but it wasn't on the shelf, we took it off of eBay. If it was on the shelf and it wasn't on eBay, then we took it off the shelf and sent it back for pictures.
Okay. Gotcha.
I
So
was
that's why would you do that? I mean, that's a lot of listings. That's a lot of tubs, a lot of
because
what
we
prompted.
had 2 things sell in the fourth quarter, and this doesn't happen to me hardly ever, but 2 things in the fourth quarter that sold that I could not find, and I still never found them. We
Really?
went through the inventory, and those things that I had to cancel orders on, we never found them. So, first time that's ever happened, so I decided to do the inventory because I don't like that at all.
Yes.
I do want to say real quick on when if it was on the shelf, but it wasn't showing on my A shelf on eBay, I would still double check, do a search to make sure the item wasn't listed as being in the wrong bin,
Okay.
in the wrong location. And there was some of that happened. But there
Okay.
was 2 full tubs of stuff that was on my shelf that was not listed.
That
And
on the shelf and not listed.
I actually just took pictures of the first tub for stuff that was on the shelf but wasn't listed that I'm going to be relisting.
Any like really good stuff?
The first tub was 24 items.
Really?
24 items in the first. Let me go through my pictures. Yeah, so there was a Michael Myers mask, a Nintendo 64 with the expansion pack and a controller, a brand new sealed Sony DVD player, this Polly Pocket castle that has like the figures that's worth like $70. Yeah, some good stuff to say the least.
So right there, you have, you know, $200, $300, $400 worth of stuff in like 3-4 items that were on the shelf and not. See, that was what was interesting to me when you were telling me about it, you know, off the air, is that, you know, that's just a good tip or good advice for somebody to get out there and get into their inventory and start.
And I've been in this basement
looking at it
since 2020.
Okay.
And that's the first time I've done that, where I went through every shelf. So that stuff literally since 2020 could
be it's eye-opening for sure. Now, you had also told me you were down, your listings are down to like 1,300 and something, like 300. You obviously didn't sell 300 items. You found a bunch.
It's 1,286 now.
1,286. So almost.
We did remove a lot of listings that I'm like, these are not going to sell. Like, put this in the yard sale. Most of it was that.
Just bad buys or just things that people, you know, misfit toys.
Yeah, it definitely happens. Or sometimes you buy in bulk. Like I bought a PS3 with a bunch of games. Well, there's 5 games that are just not, they were listed for less than $10 each from that lot. The good games sold. So I'm going to bundle those PS3 games up, the ones that were left over.
Okay.
Stuff like that. And but for instance, like the Polly Pocket, I remember why that wasn't listed. Someone asked me the question, does the light on it work?
Okay.
And I hadn't tested the light. I didn't even know it had a light. So as soon as I got that question on eBay, I panicked and took the listing down because I didn't know.
Okay.
And so I took the listing down and I never pulled it from the shelf and I never tested it. And so it just sat there. It's been there. Since I went to Arizona last year, it's been there.
So, and you think that's like a $70 item, you said? Is that the one you said was 70? So did you test it? And does the light work?
The light does work. Yeah.
Sweet.
And I found an extra figure in there. So I didn't know this either. There's a little garage on there and you push the button. And let me tell you what, scare the crap out of yourself with a Polly Pocket. I pushed the button and spring loaded this little car, just boom, shot out of the garage and like shot at me. I'm like, what the heck? There's this little car in there that
you'll put your eye out, kid.
Exactly. It was like I was like Ralphie, man. I was like, I broke my glass. So that was like a bonus because that car helps the value a lot.
So are you gonna, is that 70 value the now current value, or are you gonna up that a little bit when it gets relisted?
I think it's about 70 where it's with the figures in the car, and it's got a little horse with a carriage and stuff.
Sweet.
So, that was funny though. That car, bing.
So that's a good tip. You know, doing that inventory, that's probably something that that I should do. You know, I don't have nearly, I have about half as many, you know, listings right now. And I
Yeah.
know that there's a good majority of those that are just, they're just never gonna sell. They were, you know, from when I first started reselling and you know, what do you call it? Bad buys or I'm gonna say uneducated buys. You know, you see
Yeah.
somebody, you know, you watch a lot of content and you see
We call
somebody that
them Sonia buys here.
so the it's but I don't know if I want to get in the middle
No,
of
no, don't. I'll take.
well,
You don't want to say. What do you mean? She's a great picker.
yeah. Oh, she is a great picker. I've seen Sonia live in action picking. Well, on not only on your videos, but you know,
Yeah, yeah.
live
I'm just
and in person. But yeah, I there's a lot of stuff in my inventory as well that I should probably do that as well and just pull out for yard sale. Because yard sale is one of my I don't want to say goals, but we talked about on the live show and stuff, doing more travel, hitting more of those um, reseller
yeah.
meetups
Yep.
and you know the boss wrestler flip con things like that. And so I think one of the things I'm going to do is have my yard sale. I usually have one, but I think I'm going to do one in the spring, one in the fall this year.
Yep.
And I need to do that inventory and pull that because I'm going to use all proceeds from yard sale to go towards a travel fund.
That's good. Yep.
And I'm also going to be running a big plush sale. I have too much
Oh,
plush. I got to do my inventory, or not really necessarily inventory, but I need more room as I'm listing more things and better things. And you know, we all learn and our mistakes
yeah,
or
yeah.
my mistakes are on the shelf and all the new good stuff needs to get up there. And I have several tubs of plush that are just not going to move. So I think I'm going to do a big, like a 50% off sale with a high promotion and
Yep.
just because
Do it.
it's
Do it.
all
That's a great
profit.
idea.
Even at 50%, it's all profit because most of the time it's 25, 50, a dollar. And then the huge lot that I bought, they were like 5.5 cents. And so there's a number of those listed
I
that,
would I would recommend maybe ending and selling similar on them and then running the 50% to kind of really get it boosted there to the top.
yeah,
Um,
that's a good idea.
because but then when you do that, you
Yeah.
find out like I've said that because I ran a 50% off sale and I sold quite a bit of stuff.
Yeah.
But you find out there's a lot of stuff you can list at 50% off and it still doesn't sell.
Just going to
And
sit
it's
there.
kind of like eye opening. Like, wow, I ran this at 50% off
Yeah.
and it did not sell.
I'm looking directly at you, Cole's Cares Plush.
Yeah,
That's,
exactly. Exactly.
you know, I think that was one of those things I bought as like right in the beginning. It's like, oh, these Cole's Cares, these characters look good. You know, I wasn't real versed in a lot of the comping and sold comps and not, I shouldn't say sold comps because I'm always going to do that, but sell through rate at the time that I wasn't,
Yeah.
you know, overly familiar with. And right in the very beginning, I picked a couple of really good Kohl's Cares ones that sold like really quick. I'm like, oh, this is golden. I'm going to pick all these up.
Yep.
Yeah. Until you get like 2 or 3 tubs of them that are sitting around and no, they're not moving.
I still
Uh,
have a lot of plush left over from my from because I took quite a few down, but I sold a lot of plush in the fourth quarter. I sold more
yes, I
plush
did
than I
as well.
ever have in the fourth quarter.
And they were all good ones. And like I say, even at a 50% sale, it's all profit. And the problem, I guess I wouldn't say it's a problem, but all of the tubs that I have listed that are in inventory that are listed, I have twice that many that are not listed
Yeah.
as far as plush. And so I
Wow.
really need to look at that. And
Yeah,
I don't
I
know,
mean,
but
you got a list, man. I mean, like you said, you
yeah,
got to get that work schedule. You gotta get.
I that's what I am working at. What I need as some accountability. I don't, you know, I hear, you know, say someone like Rachel Strickland, you know, her tagline, treat your business like your business.
Yep.
And when I first started this, I was very disciplined. I would get up, I would work
Mhm.
at stuff and I kind of somewhere along the line got away from that. and so I made myself out a little bit of a schedule, of a time frame of what I want to do. There's a couple of things. I kind of wrote some things down here. Is I want to get up at a regular time every day,
Yeah.
rather than laying in bed looking at TikTok and playing the stupid games on my phone. Get out of bed, get myself, showered, cleaned up, whatever for the day. And I'd like to have all of my, I'm going to combine like listing, resource or sourcing, all of that stuff. I would like to have that done by noon.
Yep.
If I could get up and I could be done by noon, that would be ideal. And then go to lunch, do my post office run, that stuff, say between noon and 2. Come back. And then I want to work on video content. I want to start doing that.
Yeah.
And so I'm, a time frame between 2 and 5. I'm going to work at video content. That's what I'm doing. Then I always go next door. I live next door to my folks, and coffee time is from 5 to 6. Although I don't drink coffee, my brother shows up then, and when he gets home from work, we do that.
It's Coke Zero time.
It's Coke Zero time for me, and usually have a Twinkie or some sort of a snack cake,
Twinkie sounds amazing.
There we go.
Now. Twinkie sounds so good.
Oh, speaking of that, the Chinese food was great that I had last night.
Yeah.
Just so that
but my salad was good too.
Go
ahead, sorry.
Dinner from 6 to 9. I'm not going to eat for 3 hours, but like dinner, usually I come back and I have dinner and just, sit, watch TV and relax. Then I want to get my shipping done. I want to, one of my new goals, I guess, is I want to have all of my shipping for the next day done the night before. I know that's what you do.
Yep.
And so that at least things that were sold that day, if I sell something overnight or in the morning, I'll get that ready then, and then try to get to a regular bedtime of around 11 o'clock. And so, I'm trying, that's a schedule, trying to just work it like a, if I had a 9 to 5 job. When I used to have a 9 to 5 job, I had that regular schedule. You get up, you go to work, you come home, you have dinner, then you get done. One of my big problems, I need to quit taking naps, Jimmy, in the middle of the afternoon.
Yeah, I don't
get there.
If I'm busy, I don't take a nap. Like I don't take naps hardly ever anyways. And if I'm going, like I don't even think about a nap.
Yeah, I guess, and kind of that. And once you get into that routine, like right around that, usually like 3:30 or so, I'll go in and I'll like want to take a nap or between 4 and 5, I'll lay down and just rest for a little bit, which is usually, again, looking at TikTok, looking at Instagram. Yeah. But, now I get like my body's conditioned to that. And I don't know if I just get sleepy. I don't know if I have like, whatever necrophilia or whatever that is, that when you're tired all the time. And so I need to quit taking naps. That'll be during my video content time. Yes.
I hope that's what that word means. I don't know that word. I don't know those words. I'm hoping it doesn't mean something else, and we get a lot of comments. Why are you laughing like that?
No, but you just look stunned at my vote.
No, I'm actually thinking. Like I'm thinking about your schedule that you're talking about. I'm actually thinking. And so one of the things that I added, and I didn't do it while I was on my break, but I added is it's such a good feeling too.
Yeah.
Now it doesn't have to be 20, but I was waking up every morning, and by 10 o'clock, I have 20 items listed.
Yeah.
I've come downstairs. This is now how I'm listing. I come downstairs. I take 20 pictures I take pictures of 20 items only. Then I go upstairs and I list them first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
And not only does it help sales, obviously,
man,
it feels good to be done with that. Like to think, if I don't want to, I don't have to do anything for the rest of the day. If I don't want to.
Yes.
Because I already listed 20 items today. I got a lot done already. If I
I
feel like
go
taking
to
the rest of the
bed.
day off, I can.
I go to bed a lot, uh, feeling, oh, I don't know what I want to say, a feeling of failure or disappointment when I,
Unaccomplished, like you didn't accomplish anything, right?
yeah, unaccomplished. There you go. And it's like, oh, tomorrow I need to get to this. But I know the days when I do my Ken versus 10 live show on my channel on
Yeah.
shameless plug, Ken versus 10,
Hey,
Thursday
check it out.
mornings,
Go check it
11
out,
a.m.
folks. SSKPromo on YouTube.
Yes. See, I
It's
do put
linked
out
down
content, but
below.
it's, yes. And well, I always feel great that day
Yeah.
because I had got up in the morning because I didn't get stuff done the day before. I get up early, I get photos, I list, I comp, all that stuff is fresh in my mind. I do the show. I've listed those 10 items at least on that show. And I feel good. And I have the whole rest of my day because the show's about an hour. I'm done about noon. And it just feels good. And I want to get to that
Yeah, and it's like
feeling.
when you think about weighing it, right? It's so ridiculous when you think about weighing, oh, I don't want to list, and oh,
Yeah.
I don't feel like listing versus wait, this side's off. Versus how you feel when you do list early and get it done. That
Yes.
way outweighs that feeling of not wanting to list, right? Like
Yeah.
you feel so good about the fact that you listed that morning. It way outweighs that not wanting to list. So
Yeah.
why it's almost like I compare it to like clothes. Listing clothes, not wearing them. Obviously, you
Yes.
wear clothes. Listing and selling clothes. People don't want to list and sell clothes because they hate listing them. They hate taking pictures of them. They hate
Yes.
measuring them.
The measurements.
But
Yeah. It's what I hate.
that same person will sell a DVD VCR combo put a VCR, put a VHS in it, put a DVD in it, push play, it works. Take two pictures of it,
Yeah.
and it's an easy listing, right?
Yeah.
But then you have to ship it, and you have to bubble wrap it,
Yeah.
and you have to this to it. And when you sell an article of clothing, it's fold, one bag, two bags out the door. So
Yes.
that's kind of, you're dealing with the same kind of thing with your listing. Like, oh, I don't want to list. I don't. But man, it feels so good when you do get it done early.
Yeah.
With clothing, I don't want to take pictures of clothing. I don't want to. It's so. But when it sells, man, it's good money and it's out the door
It's out the
fast.
door. What, that's another thing. I need to get my space better too. This my back here is my photo area, and I don't like it. It's not big enough for some things. I don't like the way that the lighting is positioned.
Yeah, I
And
hear you. I know you have to be comfortable for sure.
this whole room needs to be redone. And what I do is I get into the issue of I need to reorganize this room. And then
Yeah.
I want to get started on it. And then I think, well, I should probably be listing rather than cleaning this stuff up. And then more stuff gets piled in here, more stuff gets around. I don't get that done. The space isn't comfortable for me to work in. And if I stopped and took the time, then my listing would go better. But what I do in my crazy old brain is I just shut down. And
Yep,
so
I know
now
the
I'm
feeling.
not
I know the
listing,
feeling.
and now I'm not cleaning or,
Yep.
cleaning up and organizing the room. And so I kind of made up this little bit of a schedule here of what I'd like to start. And this is going to start tomorrow. But, I need that. I don't really need a count. I'm an adult and I should be able to
Yeah.
handle that stuff. But, in my brand, the DOG, in my delusions of grandeur, I feel like everybody everywhere is just out there thinking, I wonder what Ken's doing today.
Well, that's
I'm
what I do all day. I'm like,
on
forget
everybody's mind all
listing.
day. So hey, I want to throw this out in the chat, throw this out. Anybody watching this, if at some point in the day you think, hey, I wonder what Ken's doing, hit me up on Instagram, send me a message and say, hey, this schedule, you should be listing right now. You should be whatever, put a fire under my butt. Whenever I do talk, like when we were talking about your inventory and just talking about this right now, I'm excited. It's like I would like to go start listing stuff. I want to have that feeling tomorrow by noon that I'm accomplished for the day. And then it's the same thing with my video content, as same as cleaning this room. It's like every time I want to go start doing some video content, I think I should be listing because I put off the listing earlier in the morning.
Yep.
It's a vicious cycle
Here's some
you
things
get
I
to.
recommend for you, and it's going to
Yes.
involve a picture of me on your desk.
Okay. Well, you mean another one?
Another picture of me
Because
on your desk. No, and it's going to involve other resellers, pictures of resellers on your desk.
okay. Okay.
Take pictures from the reseller remix in 2022. Take pictures from FlipCon 2022. Put
Yes.
them around your monitor, just a couple on your desk,
Yeah.
to remind you why you need to stay busy, because you want to go to those
Yes.
this year. And,
Yes.
and
Well,
I used to keep the names of the companies, the crappy companies I worked for that I hated, and I hated every second that I worked there. I kept those names. I don't anymore because I'm motivated enough now, but I used to remind me that, hey, it could be, you could still be working there.
Yes.
And then it always led back to what made me a successful mechanic. I was never a fast mechanic. So this is the one thing that, for me, I've said it before, that made me a successful reseller, is I learned as a mechanic that I had to stay busy to keep up with the other guys. Like, that was some of the work ethic I learned, was to stay busy. Like, the other guys are talking, I'm staying busy. Stay busy all day. And so I use that in reselling. Like, if I was you and I was going to reorganize your room, I wouldn't try to do it all in an hour. I wouldn't be like, well, I gotta get this. I would be like, stay busy. Just start and just stay busy all day.
Yes.
4 hours. For 4 hours straight, I mean, think about it. You used to work an 8-hour day and stay busy all day. If you worked 4 hours on that room and stayed busy, you would be done in 4 hours.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And it's funny because when I used to work my 9 to 5, I was a workhorse. I could work circles around anybody there, and I had a good, I was very scheduled, very good. With the line of work that I was in before, every single thing was on a deadline.
Yeah.
Everything had
I worked in the printing industry too.
In the printing industry, everything had a due date.
Yep.
And every time the phone rang, an email came in, a customer came in the front door, that schedule changed. It was my job to take care of the schedule and employees in 4 locations.
Yep.
And keep that going. And I was just, and then when I first started my reselling, I was very regimented. I would get up early and I would work. And somewhere along the line, with either not that accountability or that not having that fixed schedule, I've gotten away from that.
The only deadline you have is shipping stuff. Other than that, you have no deadline. There is no deadline to meet.
And so that sometimes is like, I didn't list 20 things today. Well, I'll list 30 things tomorrow. Oh, this pile of stuff right here, that's easy to photograph and list. And then it doesn't get done and blah, blah, blah. So hit me up on Instagram, anybody out there, SSKPromo. If you hear this and during the day, just say, hey, what are you doing? Get busy. I need to, and what I want to be able to do is say, hey, yeah, it's this time. I've got 10 things listed already. I've got 20 things I'm working on, video content on this stuff.
I challenge you to get up every day and list 5 items first thing. And,
yeah.
And the reason, and I want you to tell me how good those days feel every single day.
I would do it.
You don't have to, you're where you're at right now. If you started just doing 5 every morning.
Yeah.
Have them set them up at night, the night before. Have them right there by your photo area, ready to go.
Yeah.
Get up in the morning, 5 pictures, 5 listings before you. I mean, have your breakfast or whatever. But after that, before you do anything,
or ate my peanut butter Captain Crunch.
You know what I mean, though. Like, I can't express to you, and everybody listening, if it makes for such a better day. I'm telling you. Yes. Some mornings you're not going to want to do it, but I'm telling you, even on that morning that you're like dreading doing it, when you are done listing those items, you're gonna feel good about the day. It's
Yeah,
gonna make your day. If you're serious about reselling and you enjoy reselling, it's gonna make your
I
day feel a
do.
lot
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, and when I do actually get that gumption and I do start to list, and it's like all of a sudden I'm done with 5, 10 listings. I've
Yeah.
got I snap the picture, the photographs. I talked about that. I don't like it, so I think too much. I get in my
Mhm.
own way a lot. Is
I
mostly my
know.
head gets in the way, but and then when I get them done, and it's like, what? Shoot, that didn't take long. Why didn't I? If I was up by 7, I'd have been done by 8:30 or 9 o'clock with those. And now it's like, shoot, I need to do something. I'm starting at 10 o'clock at night, and then I'm up till midnight or whatever. Then I don't get up, or it's a vicious cycle. I'm done with that. But yeah,
Yeah,
hit
I
me
hear
up
you.
on Instagram. Keep me going, folks, out
Everybody,
there. And
everybody
and
message Ken on Instagram.
I'm hoping that it'll be good news every day of what I got done. And if not, I will be honest. If I did nothing, I want everybody to peel my backside and keep me going. But so that's what I know about that.
Yeah, but I don't know
That's
why anybody would want to list anything on eBay, anyways.
why is okay. Why is that?
Because I told you, you know what I'm about to go into right now. The segue.
The segue of
Segue. Go ahead.
Jimmy's mad at eBay. He's mad. Jimmy's a pretty calm, docile guy, and he
That's
is
not true, but yeah, no, I am.
no, he's
I
not. You
am
should hear him behind the scenes.
pissed. I'm gonna
He's
say I'm pissed at eBay for the first
ooh,
time, maybe ever,
yes,
but if not in a very long time. I'm very upset with eBay,
okay,
and I don't ever get upset with eBay. We're gonna go into after I. It's kind of joking, but it's not. What I'm
okay,
about to say has me mad, but then I'm gonna go into I'm really not that negative about eBay. I really do like eBay a lot. I don't like to focus on the negativity, but
yeah,
I have not listed a new item on eBay for 3 weeks.
yes,
Now, do I have 1,300 active listings? Yes. For most of that, I had close to 1,600 active listings. Um, but now I will say I've had listed some items. This is another thing that people are negative about that I don't really care about.
yeah,
Items that people sent offers on didn't pay. I had to cancel it and then relist them or sell similar on them on some of them.
yeah,
Those are the only listings I did in 3 weeks. When someone wouldn't pay on something, I'd
yeah,
cancel the order because buyer didn't pay, and then I would sell similar on that item to get it relisted. For
yes,
3 weeks, 21 days, those are the only things I listed. And my sales, and I know this will happen, but it just upsets me that because I haven't listed in 3 weeks, even with that many active listings, my sales are way down.
yeah,
They're down like 28% right now
okay,
for my 30-day total. So my sales are way down. And part of that, is in the last month into December where people I've seen are having really good sales.
yeah.
Um, so I just don't like that that's part of the algorithm. It
That
upsets
you're
me that I can have
you're
13. Go ahead, sorry.
no that you're penalized that much, just not for listening. You also see that now 3 weeks is a long time, and I'm in the same boat as well. You
Yep.
know what? I started listening the last few days or over the last week, and my sales are picking up. So it's proof that eBay penalizes you severely,
Yeah.
even though you're active, you're
Yeah.
you know
I was
you're
sending
going
offers the
in,
whole time. I sent
sending
offers all
offers, maybe ending and relisting things, or
Yep.
or selling similar on things, just not listing new items.
Yep.
And man, they just
The algorithm goes kaput. And this leads to any new sellers or people that, because I remember when I was a new seller, like, is it my title? Is it my picture? You have to have good, decent title. You have to have
yeah,
decent pictures, stuff like that. But the most important thing and the only way to keep your sales up and regular is to list daily or at
yes,
least 5 days a week. But
yeah,
listing daily is the best thing to do. Listing every single day gets that algorithm just through the roof and your sales.
yes,
And so, because I remember thinking, man, why are my sales? It's because I only had 400 listings. Like, list. But I
Yeah.
also, now that I'm on the other side of it and I know listing, and I was, I'm averaging 10 sales a day up until recently. Now it's
Yeah.
down to like less than 9 sales a day on average. But I know what it takes to get those, but I don't like the fact that if I just decide to take 3 weeks off from listing because it's Christmas and it's the holiday season and I just don't feel
Yeah.
like listing every day, that I get penalized that much. I mean, I had a day, I only have 1 sale today.
Okay.
I still haven't listed. I'm starting back up tomorrow. So
Yeah.
today, 1 sale. There was that other day, in the day in December, I only had 1 sale to barely keep my streak alive. So,
Yes.
you know, to be getting to have right now 1,287 listings, and I had 1 sale today, and I had there was another day a couple of days ago I had 2 sales. My best day in the last week was like 6 sales. Like,
Yeah.
when you're used to getting 10, 15 sales, anyways. So that upsets me. It upsets me that that's how it is. I know that's how it is. I expected it, but it's
Yeah.
still got me upset. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
really? Like, I can't even take some time off without my sales just plummeting.
Yeah. The listing is very heavy in that algorithm. And just not that I mean, I understand eBay's side of it a little bit, that they make money when
Yeah,
we make money, and
right.
they make money. So they want those sorts. But when you've been doing it for as long as you've been doing it and you're always active every day, you've got a lot
Yeah,
of listings. I want to throw something out though, a point that you had said there earlier, that you have a lot of all of those listings, and this, when you were first starting, you're like, oh, it's only because I have 400 listings. And of course there's, your amount of sales can be correlated to the number of listings. But one of the things that I've noticed as well is it's not always the number. You don't have to have a
yeah,
thousand,
for sure.
2020. You can have 300. You could have 100 really good solid
Well,
listings of items that turn over quite a bit, and you can list and you can put those up, and you can be just as successful as somebody that has 5,000 listings in their store. I currently have like just shy of 650 listings. I know that half of those listings are just,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
not going to sell.
Well, I
They're
just
not
went
good
through my
items.
inventory. We talked, and my inventory
Yes.
is not bad, so I know I have decent stuff. No, I'm just joking.
Yeah.
No, I know what you're saying. I'm talking about for the people like the pickers like us that go to yard sales and thrift stores, and
Yeah.
I have a decent eye. I know there's people out there that have better eyes than me, so they have better inventory. There's people that are willing to sell used electronics and know what they're doing, that have better sales than me. So yes, I
Yeah.
agree wholly. It's definitely, or you could be someone that has a connection to video games, or someone that has a connection to, like Lonnie. Let's talk about Shed Flips. He had a guy that would sell him highly collectible toys. Well,
Yeah.
of course his sales are, he could just list those toys and
Yeah.
make a ton of money because he had a connection to some highly collectible toys. So yeah, I agree
like
totally.
like Tobor
Yeah,
and
like
Blip
Tobor.
and what are the other ones?
Some of the
Tiny,
yeah,
the little professor
right.
calculator.
Exactly. So like, yeah, if you have that kind of connection, you have that kind of stuff listed. You don't have to have. I agree totally. But when you're a
Yeah.
picker and you're relying on estate sales and yard sales and you know, you have sometimes the good inventory is just not there.
Yeah. You're at the
The
mercy
great
of what's
inventory, yeah,
in the area. Yeah.
yeah. But there's decent stuff that will sell. It might just take some time, but it
Yeah.
will sell. So
Yeah.
anyway,
And
yeah,
then
I
you
agree
do get,
totally. Yeah,
and then, along with that, we watch a lot of YouTube, and you see the way that people portray their sales, or are people, there's some people that are always positive, super positive at hey, I just bought this for $2 and it sold for
are you
12
talking about
bucks and
Kevin selling
it's
Tupperware lids right now? Is that what you're talking
I
about?
am. Yeah. Apparently all you need to do is get your Sharpie marker and sign each Tupperware lid. Boom, gold mine, you're set.
It's true, and when you make a video, very excited about it. Bring the cat in through the door. You know, show off some license plates, and
I should
everybody's
get
excited about it.
That's what I should get, an animal to run around in here.
What kind of
I mean,
animal?
besides the mice. And
What kind of animal would
no,
you
I
get? I thought you were getting a German Shepherd or something like that.
no, I don't know. I don't have any pets. I need to get. I have all the guys here to keep
Yeah.
me, to keep me company during the day when I list. But they're not motivational,
concerning. That's
and they have
concerning.
no accountability. Fleet Frank, he's full of.
That's great.
Well,
Yeah, it's a little bit concerning
hey,
that's it. Oh yeah.
Speaking of that,
Speaking
back
of,
here,
we have a sponsor.
show
Our sponsor,
Dude Wipes.
Dude Wipes.
I haven't set up an affiliate link for Dude Wipes. Flushable wipes, minty chill,
Mint chill,
mint chill. And again, I'm not sure whether that's supposed to be
a flavor. We called that
flavor,
a flavor
or a sensation. What are you supposed to get out of that?
Have you used them on the?
I have used them, and they do leave your,
tingle,
your undercarriage with a little minty tingle.
A little
but so that's our reseller clickbait podcast sponsor is
like a mint leaf on there.
Dude Wipes. Yeah, it's but we were talking a little bit about content, there and how people portray things.
Yeah.
In their, whether it's Instagram posts, TikToks, those are quick hitters.
Yeah. But content creators that, especially ones that are successful and have a lot of viewers.
Yes.
They almost have to be, because so many people question what they do.
Yeah.
I think, and I've had my small share of that. I'll say this, for someone that is a successful content creator that's sharing their sales, I know they're trying to be as transparent about it as possible. Most of them, I'm not calling anybody fake out there. There's people that will say that I'm wrong, and there's fake people out there, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Man, if you're lying about your sold comps and you're lying, man, people will rip you to shreds. Now, maybe there's someone out there with no conscience. Is that the right word? Is that the way you say that?
That's good.
That is just doing it because they want subs, and they'll give fake information because they want subs. But man, the guys that are selling that are on, that are honest, and man, I know they're being super honest, because even when they're being as transparent and honest as possible, people are still calling them liars and questioning them,
bashing them. Yeah, it's
so true.
It's painful. So I'm looking forward, when I start putting out video content. I'm looking forward to, I just want somebody to watch.
He just wants nothing but negative comments on his video.
Whether they bash me, I want like constant thumbs down on my stuff.
It's fun.
And no, it's it's some of the content out there you kind of have to just take. And being resellers, sometimes you wonder, are these folks that are watching, is it sour grapes because somebody else is doing so well?
Yeah.
Is it are they just not resellers watching the content? Misery loves company. Sometimes people
it's just to get a reaction. They know what they're saying is BS. They know them questioning them is BS. They just want to get a rise out of that person and piss them off and see if they'll respond, and see if they can start that like rabbit hole. Is that the right term of comments of just going
a
back,
big long thread of people.
And that's what they want. That's literally what they want, is that. So anyways, I can say this because of my small experience in it. You and I have no idea what it's like to experience it on that scale, and it would be, it would change. I just know if I had those kind of comments flooding in every single day, man, you'd be like, this person, anyways. I love that yet.
I love the big channels and the guys that are just really creative with their responses to these people who bash them, and then they'll put that out on like an Instagram post. They'll show their comment and then their reply to it. It's great.
Yep.
So I'm hoping, hey, by the end of 2023, Ken, SSKPromo, Mr. Bill, the whole list. I'm gonna be so huge
Yeah.
that
You're just
I'm
gonna
gonna
change your
have
name to Dog.
I'm just gonna be I have
Like the
these
bounty
delusions
hunter or
of
whatever.
grandeur that that I'm eventually, and it all starts with getting up early in the morning, Jimmy, getting that work
Think about
done.
this. You're gonna have
And
opportunities if you travel, like you said, to hang
yes,
out with some big names.
yeah.
And
And
they're more and if you have content out there, well, they'll be like,
yes.
"Hey, this is SSK Promo, and
Oh,
look at how good his
there's that guy.
videos are."
'Cause see, that's the way that I see it. I don't look at it as I'm going to hang out with big YouTube creators. I'm looking at it as I am there providing access to me that people
Right.
can use.
Ri
I just
right.
spit all over my microphone.
That's what it
I'm
is.
I'm just
I'm just
I'm so
not
full of myself, Jimmy. I'm so full of
no, but
something.
you can
And you
achieve
know what? I'm so full of something, and that's why I need dude
dude
wipes.
wipes.
Mint
No, I get it.
No, it's fun.
I get it. I think my years of putting out content and having decent success, if decent is even the right word, a little
Uh-huh.
bit of success has slowed my delusions of grandeur into knowing that, it's gonna take a lot more
Yeah.
work than I've already put in. It's gonna take a lot more work than I've already put in.
I hate this. I hate to see me if if I do make content and if people do enjoy it and I do get followers, that'll all be much appreciated. My head, I'll have to get a bigger camera
Oh my
lens.
god, a bigger hat, man. Do they make
Oh
those
yeah, a
hats
bigger
that
hat.
big?
I'm sure they do. I have a pretty small head, actually. When it comes to head circumference,
Mhm. What size
I got a
fitted
pretty
hat do you wear? Do you know?
no, I
Oh,
don't know. I don't know like the size number. Most of them that I get that are comfortable are a medium to
oh wow.
large, rather
Yeah,
than
yeah.
that large to extra large. So, but hopefully, I'm buying new
Yeah,
hats
we're
by
talking
the
about hat sizes. It's time to end this show.
and now I'm gonna have to have a fund for travel. I'm gonna have to have a fund
New hat.
uh for new hat. I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to have a so there we go. All the money that I sell in hats, because I do get a lot of, I like to sell hats. I find a lot of
Yep.
hats at sales. And so every hat that I sell from now on, I'm just gonna go into a new
Hey,
hat fund for my large size DOG hat.
speaking of selling
That's
hats, I sold an old
yes.
school Flips hat.
To who?
Corey. Is Corey, right?
Corey over at Grams and Pops
Yeah,
Vintage.
Grams and Pops vintage Corey. He
Yes.
bought a hat, and I sent him
That's
some
cool.
stickers, and I sent him one of my business cards with the man. I totally butchered signing that, but I still sent him that one. I didn't sign another one. It's like scribble. I apologize, Corey. But yeah, I sold Corey a hat. So thank you
I've
so
been
much. I appreciate it.
I've been watching their content lately, and it's really good. I'm looking forward to checking out Jack's Treasures
Yeah, yeah.
content. New subscriber to the show, and like I say, if you think about Ken, hit me up on Instagram or wherever you
SSK
can find
promo on Instagram.
SSK
SSK
promo,
promo.
the little Mr. Bill logo on there. So, Jimmy, anything else
No.
we didn't cover?
Let's just let some of the stuff that I want to talk about roll into the next episode because we need stuff to talk about every week. So I got
Did
some things
we
for next week.
did we miss something?
No,
Oh,
maybe.
okay,
I don't know.
we're good. I was going to
We were
talk
going to
about
talk
my
about complainers on TikTok, but we'll do that next week.
okay. I was going to talk about my box
What
resizer.
is that like I thought that was like some kind of.
No, I showed this. Everybody's seen this sort of box resizer, but I found out I haven't even resized them. I got this for Christmas. I haven't even used it yet to resize a box. But you know what I did find out that it's good for is I can get this and I can reach over and shut my door in my office
Hey,
if I left it open when I came in,
it's a
and I don't have
multi
to
tool.
get I don't have to get out of my chair. It's got this nice little hook
Who
here.
got that for you? Do they watch this?
And-
Whoever got that for him, if you're watching, it's never going to resize a box ever. It's just going to close
It's
it.
freaking no sense in expending any energy at all to get up. Okay. That's it. We'll catch you next time on the Reseller Clickbait Podcast.